WSVU North Palm Beach, W240CI North Palm Beach, W295BJ, W223CJ West Palm Beach.
Broadcasting live, this is KMA Talk Radio, life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. With your hosts, Honest Abe and Adam K. the Brewmeister. Listen to the show anywhere in the free world at KMATalkRadio.com.
I like to smoke them like some Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning, loyal listeners, libertarians, lovers of the lead, all the ships at sea. Welcome back to another exciting edition of KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, the host with the most, the man, the myth, the legend, Honest Abe.
Good. Hope. You're our special hope.
The hope. Yes, the great white hope for all mankind in the cigar world. Cigar Coop himself, Mr. William Cooper.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Dude, you are traveling all over the place.
Yes, I am.
I tell you, man, you're doing a tour.
Little
how many
tour.
cities and how many days?
Quite a bit. I mean, I've last week was Myrtle Beach. The week before was Tampa. So, and then I'll be in Orlando for the Florida Barn Smoke.
Oh, we'll see you up there again.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Might as well put you on payroll.
Yeah. I mean, we could have a conversation on that.
Oh man, laughing hurts.
But I was down here yesterday in Miami interviewing Christian Aroa. And
how is he?
He's doing really good.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I know Christian and his brother, great guys. They're two completely opposite guys. Just personality.
Night and day.
Night and day, yeah.
Yes.
Right, both great guys, but night and day is what I was going to say.
Absolutely. So I'm sure you had a very interesting interview from the Tabacoleros Unitas factory warehouse floor.
Yes.
I'm sure it was a great time. Make sure you check it out on cigar-coop.com. Check out Coop's interview last night. I'm sure we'll talk more about that during the rest of other parts of the show. We are prepping now for the 300th episode coming up June 9th. From
June 9th, around the corner.
Cutters, Cigars, and Spirits in Windward Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia.
We're going to have a lot of surprises. Old friends, old guests, old hosts, future new producers. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just in a bad mood because I got you whole wheat bagels.
Who
I'm
gets
looking out
whole
for you.
wheat bagels, man?
I'm looking out for you, man.
You are the biggest pansy I've ever dealt with on a regular bagel.
Coop, you ate one of those bagels. It was good, right?
Now listen, it was better for
yeah,
whole wheat. It was
got
good.
a bag of all.
You got all whole wheat everything.
There's like 9 of them.
Would have been. It was very good.
6 whole wheat bagels. The rest were mixed.
You know what burns me the most about all this? Like he acts
You know what
like
grinds my gears?
He acts like he's some health guru. Look at him.
He's
the antithesis of
I've gotten
health.
quite fat, actually.
Paul the producer.
Why the wheat bagel? Ruined my morning.
I'm trying to look out for all of us here, man.
I did squeak out a plain white sesame bagel, but I'm an everything guy. And he didn't get 3 everything wheat bagels and 3. He got all wheat everything.
But
bagels.
the funny thing is that you've been eating whole wheat bagels every single time I pick up bagels.
Yeah.
You eat them.
How many times has he picked bagels up in relation to me picking them up?
Adam,
less than half.
Not even.
what are you crazy?
You're
I pick
delusional.
up bagels way more than him.
You're
I'm
so
talking about
delusional.
recent history.
Yeah, because he just started.
Get out of
He's
here.
got this thing now. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be one of the team. I'm going to pick up a bagel.
And then whatever.
We here at KMA Talk Radio like to give wonderful things away every week. Our good friends over at Zycar like to do the Zycar Caption Contest of the Week. Congratulations to Aaron Glowgas of Auburn, Indiana, for taking home last week's Zycar prize. If you'd like to take home
His was pretty funny. We actually all laughed out loud when we read it. It was pretty funny.
had they added a Katy Perry, that really would have put it over the top, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
But that was pretty funny. It was good.
Yeah. Just head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page, and you could go home with a Zycar Exo Cutter in Chopper Orange this week. If you can post the best caption of the young girl getting her hand bitten off by a giraffe.
It's not getting bit off.
Where did you find
Well,
this
no, no.
one?
Let me tell you something. Here's the thing.
Jeffrey-
we have a KMA pre-show meeting like every Friday. And one of Paul's 2 responsibilities to this show is to get a caption contest photo and a poll. And that's all we do every Friday night is begin by bashing on his caption contest photos and his polls.
Yeah, but this one was funny, and she wasn't hurt.
This kid is like
Oh,
horrified.
you
in the
called her
picture.
personally? You talked
No,
to her?
it's actually part of a video.
Oh.
She's like horrified. This girl.
Well,
I'd be
Well,
horrified,
yeah,
too.
there are half her hands down a giraffe's neck.
I'll get you started. Well, after the closing of Toys R Us, Jeffrey Giraffe really had to go and fell on hard times.
That's pretty good.
Good job, Adam.
Thank you. I'm here for you. If you'd like to win a 5-pack of Recluse cigars, just head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page, post your best, cast your vote in this week's poll, brought to you by Recluse Cigars. What is the best use of your tax refund? 38% of you, tax refund, not a chance I'm getting anything back this year.
I hear that.
21% of you said buy a box of your favorite cigars and adult beverage. Put it towards a vacation was 19%. And savings for a rainy day, another 21%. So pretty even across the board, except for those of you not getting anything back from our friends over at the government. So congratulations to Jeremy Miller. He took home the 5-pack of Recluse cigars. If you'd like a 5-pack, just head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page and cast your vote in this week's poll. Do you think Bill Cosby is guilty?
Wow.
Yes, no, or somebody get me a Jell-O pudding pop.
The cause, man. I'm just.
We're going to get a little more in depth, I think, today
Because.
on this whole thing, probably in our general discussion section in hour 2, because I got a whole opinion on not just this, but movements in general which pertain to this. So
Yeah, there's a.
I mean, I do believe he's 100% guilty of abusing his stature and who he was, like probably anybody in Hollywood. You know, how guilty he is of breaking any laws, I don't know. We'll talk about that later on in the show.
We're not going to go down the rabbit hole just yet.
Not yet.
We'll
We'll
save it for a rainy day. It's going to be a very interesting show. Coop will be here for the whole time. We'll get the news. We'll see what's going on in Coop's life and all about the latest interviews and a lot of interesting topics going on, especially in the news this week.
It was a very busy week. In the
Yes.
news.
Yeah, especially considering the major trade show announcements that came out.
Big announcement. Yeah.
Big announcements after that CPR. In 2018.
Opening weekend, Infinity Wars.
Going? Oh,
going.
you look stoked.
I'm stoked for the movie. I've never went to an opening weekend of any movie ever because I don't like big crowds. But my wife is like adamant about seeing
From
this
Chicago.
as
You don't
quickly
like
as
big
possible.
crowds?
No,
I guess that's why you left.
no. That's why we don't go to New York. Chicago's just more homey and friendly than.
Oh,
crowded
here we
New
go.
York. Yes.
Why are you so against
Midwest farmers' daughters, man. Come on, that's not all.
Tell him, dude. Paul's just so like unfounded.
There's some lovely neighborhoods in Chicago, too. Let's be honest.
Invalid argument.
Thank you.
Colin, well done. All right, with that, we'll take a break. When we come back, more here on KMA Talk Radio. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Bold and complex. That is the new Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta. Using the very best San Andres wrapper leaf available in the market, Rafael Nadal and AJ Fernandez collaborated together to create a new standard among San Andres cigars. Medium to full-bodied. This cigar is bountiful in both flavor and aroma. Available nationally for the first time, Romeo San Andres is a cigar you do not want to miss. Make sure to get one today at your local tobacconist. Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only nonprofit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
The recently released Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is an extremely rare blend of Perdomo's finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. Bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged in bourbon barrels for an additional 2 years, these exquisite Nicaraguan tobaccos are bursting with rich, complex flavors. Offered in Connecticut, sun-grown, or Maduro, available at only 250 authorized tobacconists worldwide, the Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is a must-have for every cigar enthusiast.
Monte Cristo has set the standard once again, turning back the hands of time by utilizing a long-forgotten, unique aging process that harmonizes the flavors of the wrapper, binder, and filler with the use of small pilones. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured is an exquisite cigar you must try now. Available nationally for the first time, Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured features a 2006 Nicaraguan Rosado Oscuro wrapper that is both beautiful and distinctive. This cigar is a masterpiece no one should miss. Make sure you get one today at your local tobacconist. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured.
Nat Sherman is the leading American luxury brand in premium cigars. From the classic range of the Metropolitan and Host selections to the transformative Timeless collection, their elegant Sterling and limited edition offerings, or the bold and commemorative 1930 blend Andy Polka. Everyone has the opportunity to enjoy a Nat Sherman experience. Family owned and operated since 1930, Nat Sherman's tradition of innovation and commitment to excellence reminds us why America's Nat Sherman brand is known as tobacconist to the world.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. Yeah, with me, of course, Honest Abe. And,
hello,
William Cooper himself.
Morning.
See if that helps. No?
No,
it
doesn't.
didn't do it.
The wonderful equipment of JVC.
Yeah.
Well, whatever this is
Need a
called
hammer.
now.
Yep.
VCMG, yeah.
Who knows? Well, we're trying. We're seeing what we can do. We're trying it out. We'll keep laying with it as we go.
Very crappy microphones and what's the G? Give me a G.
Gifts?
No, for a radio studio. VCMG. VC. No, for a radio show. Very crappy microphones and G. Someone give me a G.
G?
VCMG Live.
We'll think
You're
about
a
it.
radio guy. You should come to you naturally.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I would say guest, but we got Heather in the room, so I didn't want to apply.
Yeah.
That would have,
It hurt my heart.
Never.
Which brings us to our favorite part of the show.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
It's time to meet your maker.
A little softer, but that'll work. This week, KMA Talk Radio is pleased to welcome Heather Callahan of Felix Assouline Cigars. Made in their factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, Felix Assouline Cigars marry the perfect mix of tobacco from the richest fields in Nicaragua and Honduras. Each blend created to enrich the smoking experience, leaving the smoker wanting more. Heather, welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
So, you're back.
I am back.
From how long of a hiatus did you
I
have?
was gone for about a year. A little bit more than a year.
What did you do for that year?
Well, I went back to my roots, which is finance.
Ugh.
Finance and insurance. That's kind of how I felt about when I was in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you were at the where'd you start out with? Drew Estate? No, that was
Grand Habano.
Grand Habano. Then you went to Drew Estate, and then retirement.
Yeah, kind of retirement.
Semi-retirement?
Yeah, I didn't
So
expect to be back, but it calls you.
It calls you, huh? Well, I mean, I can't
This is
imagine
a labor
that the
of love.
finance is as much fun as the cigar industry.
No, but it sure pays a lot more.
Hey, really? McDonald's can pay a lot more than the
Right.
cigar industry. That's not saying much. So how did you get back out? How did you get back into it?
Having a relationship with a friend relationship with Felix for about 3 years, he had actually asked me a couple times over the course of the year to help him and to come back, and I was actually very resistant. But then,
Why were you resistant? Tell us.
Well, I was resistant because it's a brand that's going to take. It's a delicious brand, but it's going to take a lot of work, and I didn't know if I had the heart and soul to
Did you
put
leave the
my
bag
boots.
of cigars in the other room?
I did. I'm
Heather,
sorry.
how am I going to show all these cigars? It's all right. Paul's going to be useful.
Shocked, I tell you.
Grab it.
Oh.
It's almost as bad as last week when you didn't bring a lighter to show the booth.
Yeah, I know. That was totally my bad. I'm so sorry. I was so distracted. But I'm really excited to be back, and I love working the 80-hour work weeks on the road.
Right.
Yeah, so. But
Now-
I'm being well received back on the circuit.
You were
and
telling
so
me during the, before we got on the show that these brands, well, okay, Havana Sunrise is a brand I recognized from over 20 years ago. These guys were out of here in Miami, and it was extremely popular for a while. And then I don't know what happened. It got run into the ground, and I think it shuffled a couple times. But Havana Sunrise is one of the brands in the portfolio. And he has these Two Saints and Ego. He's been making these cigars for a while now.
Yes, he is pre-2007. Actually, some of his blends go back as far as 15 years.
Oh, I'm sure.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't want to sound something, but I really, outside of Havana Sunrise, which is a brand I recognize, I haven't heard of Felix or his brands. What? How many stores are you guys in currently?
We're probably in less than 200 stores globally, but we're really making an impact here in Florida since I've been on board. We don't have anybody or haven't had anybody with boots on the ground going door to door, brokering and getting
How has
the
he been
cigars.
selling his cigars?
Through distribution like Meyer and Dutch. He has worked with some online people or
Right.
through bloggers. He's tried some brokers in other areas that just haven't, worked
So you
out
knew
for
going
him.
in this was going to be an uphill
I
climb.
absolutely did.
Does that at all intimidate you in taking a job like this?
Have you met me before?
No, you're right.
Do I seem very easily intimidated?
My listeners haven't. I'm asking for them.
Sorry, I forgot there's other people
Yes,
with us.
there's other people in the room.
Yeah.
But no, so obviously you weren't.
Coop and I will leave if you need.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll go get a wheat bagel and not complain.
Yeah.
That's right,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, complain, please.
Extra
Okay.
cream cheese, lightly toasted.
Oh,
wheat.
So how's it been going so far?
Actually, it has been going phenomenal.
Yeah.
I have been well received back into the shops. We have been doing a lot of cut and lights with Felix himself. We're actually going to be launching the Ego White at an exclusive party in Punta Gorda at Havana Tranquility next week. And we're looking to bring on some quality brokers with us to help us get the word out. But
Okay, and your current job for them is, are you doing what for Felix?
I'm working as the national
I
sales
like that word. I was
manager.
reading that. National.
National
That's a
sales
big
manager.
gig.
It is a big gig.
That
It
is a
is.
big gig.
Yes, I am absolutely in charge of growing the brand. So it's starting with me, and now we're in
Now,
the process
are
of.
you recruiting people under you to do?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Because national's kind of a big.
Yes, it
territory
is
for
a
one
big.
person.
Yes, it is. And so I will be recruiting some brokers, and we will, and I will be traveling on a national level here shortly.
Wow, seems like a lot of responsibility.
Well, I'm the girl for the job.
I hear that. I hear that. I hear that a lot. What was it like coming from big company, working with Drew Estate now to a smaller boutique? I mean, literally a little more obscure company. What are some of the biggest challenges you're experiencing?
The biggest challenges is I can't make it rain with cigars or swag. So we're working on.
Is he limited in his production?
He has limited production.
Okay. So is he constantly like in back orders?
No.
No.
We actually have 800,000 cigars sitting in our vault right now for distribution, aging between 2 and 5 years.
Okay.
So nothing's on back order. We make our own boxes. We own our own fields. We're from seed to box to shelf. We're vertically integrated.
Oh, that's good. That's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Always a fan of vertical integration. It makes the world go round.
That's right.
So are we getting that? Well, I saw some swag. You got ashtrays.
We do
and
have
some shirts.
Yes, we're working on having a larger presence in the swag department.
In the swag verse.
Yes, exactly.
Trying to find that next great thing to be the swag that all the guys want as
You
the
know,
swag thing.
T-shirts, hats. Who doesn't want to wear a swaggy T-shirt?
Well, that T-shirt
That's a
especially. That's a limited
classic.
edition.
Yeah, that's a limited edition classic.
That's a Heather Especial version. Yes. What's the hottest swag you've seen out there caught your eye recently? Because you're all over the place.
The challenge coins are really picking up.
Oh, come on, dude. That's old news.
But I did challenge
that
coins.
myself like
I did
years
challenge
ago.
coins. They went better than the T-shirts. That's what I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah, they seem.
Yeah, we did that. I mean, I definitely wasn't the first, I don't think, in the cigar industry to do the challenge coins, but some years ago.
I don't know what they're for. Like, what are the coins for?
It's a man thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, here we go.
You have to have been in the military to understand that.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys did it with the Bunker Busters.
That was
right.
the first
That's right.
one we
Yeah,
did.
you guys
When we did the Bunker Buster,
Yeah.
we did, and then we went on to then do one for every microblend.
Right.
Cigars. They were so cool. This is just lovely. This equipment here today.
Adam's
Yeah,
over there getting electric shock therapy.
Adam's moving one hand, staying still, hoping.
I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
So what you're
gonna be a
hearing,
human antenna.
what you're hearing is not on the air. So
Oh, okay.
you're talking about it. Nobody knows what's going on.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
It's just internal. I don't hear it over here.
Oh,
we don't
really?
hear it on the air.
Okay, that's good.
So what you're hearing is
So
not going
we'll
on
just
everywhere
be
else.
blasted every 3
Yeah.
seconds in our
Or-
ears with
Yeah,
buttons.
so don't mind us if we're jumping
I'm
around.
getting like I'm being electric
It's like the
shocked.
joke
I'm
coming in.
tilting my head the wrong way, but we got to go. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Quality and value are always the two biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
If you had to pack a go bag, what would go in it? For Pepe Mendez, it was his rare Pilotico tobacco seeds, which he personally carried to the Dominican Republic half a century ago. In tribute, we introduced the Monte Cristo Pilotico Pepe Mendez, a robust cigar with nutty, leathery notes and a slow burn that marks the rebirth of a golden age. Try the new Monte Cristo at your local cigar lounge, and you may want to pack one to go too. Surgeon General warning, tobacco smoke increases the risk of lung cancer and heart disease even in non-smokers.
Make sure you try all of Caldwell's lines, including Long Live the King, Blind Man's Bluff, and Eastern Standard, which were all awarded 91 ratings by Cigar Aficionado and Cigar Snob. Do not forget the 93-rated King is Dead, which earned a spot in the top 25 cigars of the year last year by Cigar Aficionado. You can find more information by following Caldwell Cigar Company on Facebook. If you're not running with us, run from us. We own the night. Caldwell Cigar Company.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Joya de Nicaragua proudly announces the release of Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial, a carefully modified recipe containing a unique and exceptional selection of barrel-aged grade A fillers and a beautiful silky shade grown Habano wrapper. From the legendary Jalapa Valley, produced in small quantities, this exceptional medium to full-bodied cigar will continue to captivate consumers with its rich Nicaraguan complexity, subtle woody and sweet flavors, and a velvety finish. Try a Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial today.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato Cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato Cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato Cigars.
CLE Cigar Company presents CLE Cigars, Aroa Cigars, and Asylum Cigars. With 4 generations and over 120 years of experience in tobacco. From seed to smoke, these cigars are produced in Honduras and Nicaragua with the utmost care and precision possible. CLE Cigar Company introduces a vast array of tobaccos in various sizes to bring the highest quality of premium tobacco direct for your enjoyment. Visit clecigars.com for more information.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K, the Brewmeister. With me, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Honest Abe.
Good morning.
And our special guest host, Mr. William Cooper himself.
Greetings.
What's up, Koopaloop?
Koopaloop.
Loving it down here. Weather was beautiful this morning.
It's beautiful here most of the
time. I mean,
That's
it was
why we
like
live
65
here.
degrees. There was no humidity. I had a cigar this morning. It was great.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah.
Where was that? Are you staying in a hotel or
Yeah,
at
I'm
somebody's
staying
house?
I was staying right over in Boynton Beach.
Okay.
Yep.
And right in the middle of this stud sandwich is the lovely Heather Payne. I'm going to call you Payne.
Stud
I'm not
I know.
I'm not
Everybody
used to,
does.
I'm not used to the new name, so
That's okay.
Payne is it's just going to be
Callahan.
Payne.
Her husband
Payne
is
Callahan.
Her husband's on Facebook right now, and he's like, "That's my
Listening.
wife." So
Yeah.
he'll probably make a
I know.
comment.
He's like, hello.
Her last name
Is that Mr.
Callahan.
Sorry, honey.
Would that be Mr. Payne? No.
Oh. At least it's not
Just kidding.
At least it's not major pain.
Major pain.
God, I was trying so hard to get that joke out.
Dude, my oldest daughter does the best imitations of him in that movie. Oh my God, you cry laughing.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
I
she
bet
does it to a
probably
T.
could. Yeah.
Major
To a
pain.
T.
Major pain.
Funny
Classic. So, Heather, before we went to the break, we were
Before we
talking
go on,
about...
Heather, can we bash on Paul a little bit?
Sure.
What?
At least they're not bashing on me. So,
What
yes,
now?
look at Paul.
Well, Coop mentioned something in the break how his wife caught a snippet of the show.
Yeah, she caught a snippet when we were talking about Paul going to Daddy Boot Camp.
Daddy Boot Camp.
Let me just say, she sounds like a lovely woman. I've never met her before. She sounds wonderful.
She probably is.
She's a saint. Absolutely.
And
saint.
being another female, you could relate to her very well.
Yeah.
But you know, and we brought this up, and then Paul actually goes to Coop before the show. Well, he actually said to both of us, "Have any of you guys changed a diaper before you got married?" And Coop and I are like, "No. Why would we?"
Yeah.
And like, well, how did you know what to do? I mean, for real, man.
True story. I heard it.
For real.
Yeah.
White,
you're
clean,
telling me
put a new diaper on.
Listen, okay, Mr. Confidence now after you had 4
It's
kids.
not. Listen to me. I assure you, when
Nobody
my
showed you how to wipe a diaper.
I assure you, when my children were born, changing the diaper and being freaked out about it was like the last of my concerns. I don't think I wasted
Did
a
you change
millisecond.
diapers?
I changed probably 2 or 3, 4 tops over all the kids, all 4 kids. But I assure you,
I'm going to participate in that stuff.
well, I mean, I wasn't home during the poop times. You know, I got caught. I changed a
work.
diaper, but you know, there was always somebody around who changing diapers. You know, but I fed them when I had to feed them. I've been, and believe me, being freaked out on how to change a diaper. Yeah,
It's nothing.
The least of your worries.
well, really. I mean, who would worry about that?
I think I'm going to learn like infant CPR and be with a bunch of first-time dads that could be my drinking buddies when we hate our lives.
Yeah, you need new friends. You're right, and finding another
can hang out at the Whole
finding
Foods.
another group of pansies is
That's
perfect.
right.
Finding another group of pansies to associate with on a regular basis.
I'm going
is
to
perfect
introduce
for
you to some of these
Yes.
pansies.
I'll be. Let me see if I can man them up a little bit.
Yes, welcome to Daddy 101,
Sorry, Heather, I had to
brought
get
to you
out
in
my
part
chest.
by
It's all right.
KMA Talk Radio and
Funny
the good
stuff.
people at Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson, baby wipes.
Pampers.
They're not that hard to use.
Hey, change the topic off of me. You know that Heather is a Michigan girl.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I put it in the notes with big Adam next to it. Like,
Yeah, Adam and I didn't know we had so much in common.
Is this
Well,
I'm a Michigan State person.
Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail,
So now you've just put a
hail.
larger gap between our friendship.
Thank you, Colin.
They're on opposite ends of the table for a
That's
reason.
good thing.
Yeah.
The bigger the gap, the better it is.
Grand Canyon level. We're always happy to have that.
Yes, yes.
So anyway, we're talking about getting started and trying to build up the brand, getting things going, and all of these things. But we didn't really talk about the products themselves. So I mean, you talked a little bit on like how about the Havana Sunrise being an older brand, as Abe had mentioned. But you've also got some interesting names on these things, like Something Special. You just named it Something Special.
We did name it something
Sometimes
special.
you got to go simple, right?
Exactly. But there's actually a little story behind it.
Ooh.
There is a little story behind it.
Do tell.
When Felix was down at the factory and everything has their little handwritten little Liga paper band on it, he just wrote Algo Especial and put it on the shelf because everybody thought it was a pretty tasty cigar, but they couldn't come up with the name of it. And then over the course of time, he was sitting with his glass of bourbon. The bourbon was called Something Special. And he said, ding, 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 why wouldn't I have something special with something special? So that's the simplicity of
So he
how he
just
came
stole a
up with a
bourbon
name.
name.
Yeah,
There
basically.
you go.
Yeah.
Copyright infringement at its finest.
You would have thought he would have actually. I mean, Algo Especial would have sounded cool.
Algo Especial.
Right?
I would have thought that as
I
well.
would've
Yeah,
ran
I
with
do
that.
like that Algo
Yeah.
Especial. Mhm.
Yeah.
But something special.
charge
It's
for that.
actually a
No charge
delicious
for that
cigar.
advice.
And I have to say, my husband's favorite blend of the whole line.
Mr. Payne?
First Art Callahan.
Algo Especial.
Trademarked over them. That's
Right?
right.
So tell us, now, Felix, he was a retailer first.
He was.
And where was his stores, and how long did he have them?
He had 4 Cigarros del Mundo in Miami.
That was the name of the store?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long was he in the retail side of it?
I believe he was in retail for about 10-ish years. He's
Oh, wow.
been in the entire business
So
for about
he's-
20.
Right. So, and then what made him, are the stores still there? Is he still?
They aren't there. He actually sold all 4 stores and went and bought a farm in Honduras.
So he got out of the retail side to go be a farmer.
Correct.
Wow.
Interesting, right?
That is bold. Left Miami to go hang out in the third world
he
country.
still
with a bunch of
he
tobacco
still
fields.
lives in Miami, but he goes back and forth to Nicaragua and Honduras
Are
on a
those
regular
stores
basis.
still in existence, or
No, I don't think so.
No, so whoever took them ran them to the ground.
Uh,
Most likely,
yeah.
or bought them and changed the name.
Yeah, could be.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know what happened after he sold them. I just knew he took his,
And how long ago was this when he bought the farm and started farming?
that was about 10 years ago, pre-2007, so yeah.
And I understand that this was in Danley, Honduras, his first farm, yes?
Correct. It's still
And then he got out.
Hamastron, yeah. He
stopped
got out for a
making
brief
cigars.
period of time because he
What were
had
the brands he was producing? Are any of these brands from that era? Or not?
the CSB,
What does CSB stand for?
Cuban Style Blend.
Okay.
Cuban Style Blend, yep. We-
Okay. And then he stopped. Why did he stop?
He stopped because he had some personal family issues. His wife had a parent pass away, and they have a special needs child as well. And so he took the time to just jump off the production train and stay
Wow.
at home with his family. So had been doing that for about 5 years. 5 years while he had his cigars aging. So.
And then he decided to get back in the game.
And now he's ready to get back in the
Same
game.
factory in Danley, or did he acquire another factory?
I believe it's the same factory, actually.
So the
Omega
factory-
Tobaccos.
So the
yeah.
factory had stayed there the whole time.
Correct.
Was there cigars being made, or did he just own it? And
Production had stopped for a while.
Stopped. Oh, wow,
yeah, he's
interesting.
been back in production for, I think, inside of a year now.
And he's in Miami?
He's in Miami.
Why did he come up?
He actually is a very observant Jewish gentleman, and he is
Oh,
observing his Shabbat.
Oh.
Otherwise, he would be here.
How to be culturally insensitive, Paul?
Wow.
What's the matter with you?
I don't pick Saturdays.
What's the matter with you? You obviously could have booked this gentleman on a different Saturday.
No, it's
So
Saturdays.
Saturdays,
It's Saturdays
is it?
in general. It's
Yeah.
always Saturdays.
Oh, it's Templary
But way to
Saturday.
know about other cultures.
Listen, you know,
Speaking of insensitivity,
Hold on, I'll get you a shovel.
they don't have different temple times like church. You can go to early mass, late mass.
24 hours.
Shabbat, yeah, Shabbat, you can't.
Sundown to
Wait,
sundown.
hold on. You can't what?
So Friday night, once the sun goes down, until Saturday night when the sun goes down, they don't partake in some of them motor vehicles, electronics.
That's some like
it's all about being with
some
your
rare
family,
old school
observing
stuff. Because I grew up with all Jewish friends.
Yeah,
I've never heard of this ever.
It's very orthodox. It's very
I mean, I heard the word Shabbat. I just thought Shabbat was Saturday, the holy day, going to temple.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was like
for reformists it is like, but when they're very hardcore, when they're very hardcore, yeah.
Big Lebowski, John Goodman's character converted for his ex-wife, and the dude calls him at the one point. He's like, "Dude, I couldn't pick up the phone. Dude, it's Shabbos."
Nice transition.
Yeah,
excellent.
Adam's a Judist.
Yep.
Okay, so
Wow.
I guess we'll have to talk to him on a non-Saturday then eventually in the future.
We could try to record something and get him on the air. You know,
It'd be nice.
Oh, all right. Colin say, "No, yes, you can."
What are you saying?
He's saying we couldn't play it on a Saturday then, because he can't play the rabbi host on a Saturday, even though he doesn't record it.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, you can poke the button.
But you didn't. But you didn't. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know. Oh, interesting.
I wasn't sure if you could hear him with all the static in your headphones.
No, it said,
Don't talk about it.
It's like a no-hitter.
It was like
it's really funny because we got the static feedback that's blasting in our ears, and they can't hear it in the sound room. So like every 5 minutes, we're all like being electrocuted, like shaking, and they have no idea.
You're
what's
waiting
going
for
on.
the shock
But
to hit.
I thought it was going over the air that way. So as long as it's not going over the air that way, we're good.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, we'll just suffer.
Everybody's just looking at us weird on the
Show
video
must
when
go
I sit
on.
there and I start twitching.
I can't wait to rewatch the video and see you all twitch
Yeah, it's like-
in sync.
It's
Shocked,
really
I
loud.
tell you.
Yeah. So back to Heather and Felix Assouline Cigars. So which is your favorite amongst this line here? Tell us a little bit about them.
The Ego Red is actually my favorite. It's the first one that I've actually smoked.
Are there Ego other colors?
There are. There's Ego Black, which Coop has.
Yes. You know, they say once you go black.
That's right.
You smoke Ego Black. Go
That's
ahead.
right. There you go.
That's
And we're
free.
launching Ego White next week, and we also have
And what's the difference between the red, black, and white?
the red, black, and white. The black is Honduran.
Oh, you feel like you're being quizzed right now?
I am. I'm
Sorry.
like, where am I at? Am I in a sales
Sorry.
conversation
Well, you
right
know.
now?
I'm sure our listeners would like to know.
Of course, the Ego Black is Honduran tobaccos with a Ligero wrapper, so that's going to be the more full-bodied of the.
That's the
of
Big Daddy punch.
The Big
Wow.
Daddy.
I'm going to guess the white's going to be the light
It's
Connecticut
going to
wrap.
be correct. You are keen.
You know, just
You are
you know,
ridiculously
it was
keen.
a lucky shot in the dark.
What did
guys.
I smoke last night, Heather?
The Ego Red.
Pot?
The
Oh.
Ego Red. That's not legal here,
I
right?
just didn't know.
Yeah, that's the Habano.
Are you trying to
the
get me in
little bit of
No, I just
Indonesian
figured you'd have a
binder,
bunch of
yeah.
medicinal cards on you.
I got plenty of
You
reasons to get
qualify,
one.
believe
Yeah.
me, you
Adam
qualify.
smoked the Two Saints last
So
night.
yes, this was, you said, more of a Ligero.
Last night, where were you all?
the bar.
Did you guys have a party and I
Yeah,
missed out?
You correct.
left.
Yeah, you
Oh.
left early. You left
I
the
did
party
not leave
early.
early. I left 8 o'clock at night.
She came in after that.
That's right. I
Yeah,
made my
you
grand
left
entrance at
early.
8:01.
Yeah. Oh, you guys had a party?
We had some friends come by, and then
Yeah,
then
Paul
Heather
and,
showed up.
Paul and Adam like to have their bonding minutes after our.
Well, I
KMA
interrupted
meeting
their
time.
bonding minutes.
They go to the bar and sit together.
It just
and
so
chat for
happens.
hours.
It just so happens that we're both alcoholics and we like to sit at the same bar.
Adam sits there, says to himself, "Wow, thanks for drinking with me, Paul." And Paul says, "Wow, I don't want to go home. Thank God Adam's here drinking with me." And that's basically what goes on for about 2 hours in their heads.
I did learn that nobody tells Anna that she looks tired.
Oh God.
Oh, you told her she looked
No,
tired?
I did
No,
not.
Oh,
some
some-
one
No,
of your,
I'm not-
one of your
I'm not that
regulars
stupid.
came in, walked up to her, and said, "Hey, how are you doing, honey? You know, great." And she's like, "Oh, good. How are you, Bob?" And then then he goes, "You look tired. You okay?" And she flipped the switch. The Colombian switch turned, and she got so angry.
Really?
The rest of the night, she was just like under her breath. She was like, "Oh, I look tired. Why don't you tell me I look tired one more time? Why don't you tell me? Hi, how are you? How can I help you?"
So tell us about the Two Saints here.
The Two Saints is a Honduran Criollo 98 with a Ligero wrapper. It's been getting wonderful reviews, so I'm waiting for Coop to smoke it so we can get a review on that too.
That's a beautiful. The band is really. I like the ornateness of that band.
Yeah, no, is there another story
Skulls, yeah.
behind how you come up with Two Saints, or why you're using Roman numerals, or?
I don't know the story behind the Roman numerals, with the exception of I know that they've done some partnering with the Two Saints accessories with DuPont that originated in France. So they're doing some partnering with that. And that's been ongoing, and I really don't know the details behind all that.
All right.
So hopefully it's something that we can
elaborate on.
Yes, elaborate on after the IPCPR.
All right. We have to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more with Heather and Coop and all kinds of great KMA entertainment right here on KMA Talk Radio. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia, Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB Cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Hi, this is Rocky Patel, and I'd like to invite you to try one of our decade cigars. This premier cigar received a 95 rating from Cigar Aficionado, one of the highest ratings ever afforded by that magazine. It's a beautiful Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper with fillers from Nicaragua and Honduras. This cigar is medium to full-bodied, rich, complex, yet elegant and well-balanced. I promise you, you're going to love the decade. Try it.
When Dominican passion, artistry, and skill combine with 114 years of family legacy, you don't just have a cigar, you have the cigar. Whether you love the mild, flavorful La Aurora 1987 Connecticut, the spicy 1962 Corojo, or the always smooth, sweet La Aurora 1903 Cameroon, you aren't just enjoying a part of history, you're lighting your own legacy, flavor, value, family. Be a part of something. Look to the lion. Smoke La Aurora. We are Dominican defined.
Congratulations, champ, on winning your exhibition fight. What are you going to do to celebrate? I'm going to by Oscar Cigars. You mean Leaf by Oscar? That's what I said, Leaf by Oscar. It's called Leaf by Oscar, and yes, they are amazing cigars. See, now you're making me mad. I just want to enjoy my Leaf by Oscar cigar, but you're making fun of me. It's called Leaf by Oscar. That's 2 knockouts. Now I get to smoke 2 Leaf by Oscar cigars.
That's Leaf by Oscar.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Double leaf binder and meticulously box pressed, Sindicato cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato cigars.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way, taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person human beings, and that's why we experience to make sure
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We're on Instagram too. Yes, it's mandatory.
broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, the host with the most, the Wheat Bagel King himself, Honest Abe.
Yeah, I have to send out my apologies to Mr. Payne.
Guy's not happy out there.
That was
reflex. That was reflex. I meant Mr. Callahan.
Yes.
Yes, I keep calling him. But you have to understand, we've known Heather now for, what,
Couple
5
years,
years?
yeah.
4 or 5 years? And just so used to Payne. So, I'm going to word you my best to start calling her Heather
Hey,
Callahan.
lady.
Hey, lady.
Oh, hello.
lady.
Hey, you.
I'm going to call her Mrs. Callahan.
We'll try our best. Yes, and with me, of course, Honest Abe, William Cooper sitting in for the entire show.
Thank you, guys.
And Heather Callahan.
There you go.
Felix Assouline Cigars.
That's like a tongue twister. Heather Callahan, Felix Assouline. Say it 5 times fast.
I don't think
No,
I can.
don't, Adam.
Okay, I will not.
Yes.
It's been, yeah. So we were talking about the cigars in the last segment and what's the different things that have been going on, the interesting names, some fun stories about the tobaccos. But what, obviously, you're coming out with the white of the Ego in a month?
Next week will be our launch.
Okay,
but
it's next week.
it'll be readily available by June.
All right, it's readily available.
Now, are you having a launch party or are you just shipping cigars out?
No, we're going to have a large party.
Where is this party?
Havana Tranquility in Punta Gorda.
Oh, nice.
I know.
West Coast.
I know. Well,
Always
you
fun.
know.
Should be a fun time.
I'm a West Coast girl.
You're a Westie?
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that what you guys, they call it the West Coast? Is that what they?
Here?
Yeah.
That is the West Coast.
Okay.
What would it be?
The Gulf Coast?
Well, it could be the Gulf
Yeah,
Coast. You're
okay,
right.
okay.
Yeah,
It
I
is
think,
weird.
I think nationally they probably refer to it more as the Gulf Coast, but
Right.
we definitely refer to it as the West Coast.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that before.
Cook,
That's
for
what-
2
Oh, that's
years, I
all-
thought they were all talking about California.
That's
like,
what
I'm
I,
going
for
to
a
the West
second,
Coast for the weekend. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
The 3-hour drive it takes from end to end, yeah.
I
or
guess
side to
I
side.
guess that's when you officially become a Floridian, when you refer to the West Coast as the Tampa area as the
Yeah.
West Coast.
Yep.
Because I've always just assumed that it's the West Coast, Tampa.
Yeah.
I can't remember when I thought it wasn't the West Coast.
You can't remember that?
No. But then again,
when
I've been
you
here
lived in
20
Chicago,
years.
yeah, the East Coast and the West Coast.
And when I lived in Chicago, I probably didn't think about Florida ever. So, I mean, I didn't care.
West Coast, I think Bill Walsh, West Coast offense, yeah.
I mean, when you're in Chicago, no one's going to talk about the West Coast of Florida as the West Coast.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Everywhere
when
else.
you come down here, that's the immediate assumption, West Coast.
Well, but I said
Otherwise, I'm going to California.
when I go on, right, that's what I'm saying. When I go to like a trip to San Diego and I tell my coworkers, yeah, we're going over to the West Coast for next week.
Right.
They'll be like, all right, well, if we need you, we'll just call you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no. It's like a 3.5 hour difference.
No,
And they're like, oh.
they're right and you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
And this geography lesson is
You're
brought to you by
Floridian
Recluse
now.
Cigars.
Yes.
Sure, you check out.
I'm not a native Floridian, though. There's a difference.
Yeah, okay.
There's a difference.
You got to wait a couple more years and then it'll happen. But so obviously there's a big launch party next week in Punta Gorda.
You sat at bars at Whole Foods. You're a native Floridian. Yeah. New Yorkers
One
don't do that.
time.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
But so what after that? What's next? Are you hitting the road? Going on? Got some places you got to visit? Got other big events coming up?
Yep, the short answer is yes.
Oh.
We will be heading up to Atlanta and introducing our cigar in the Atlanta area. We've actually have a an event, a launch event in Houston that we'll have in July or June, and then we will be prepping for the IBCPR.
Well, sounds like you got a lot of road. Now you're recruiting. You're looking for recruits for all our future optimistic, hopeful.
I know, right?
I mean,
we're
how do
looking
you find
for
your-
brokers.
how do you
actually,
find them? You put put an ad in Indeed,
no,
up in Indeed and see who calls up, or
actually, what I'm doing is looking for recommendations. I reach out to some of my, my friends in the industry and find out what they're doing and who they're using, and kind of going around it that way, looking for recommendations.
It's tough because it just seems like
if I put an ad out on the paper, I would have 10,000 resumes to go through. For how many people want to be in the industry and don't really realize that it's actually
a job,
a
real job. I mean, you don't get to hang around a cigar shop all day. And
no, you really don't. You actually have to do stuff. Yeah.
No, it's not that simple. ZipRecruiter is not going to help with this.
No.
What's it called?
ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter.
No idea.
It's one of those new ones they're using. It's newfangled. You apply.
I guess you've been on it recently.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I did just a lot of podcast ads. They've been playing a lot of
Yeah,
podcast
they're all,
ads for
believe
it.
me,
Yeah.
it's guerrilla marketing for the job market.
Exactly, 100%. All right. So, are there interesting things for the IPCPR you're going to bring out, or something you can tease ahead, or
tickle, tickle, tickle?
I bet you closed a lot of deals with that statement right there. I bet you closed a lot of deals.
That's got to be the That's got to be the home run hit. Right
Oh
there.
wow! How many cigars do you want to order? Tickle. Oh, that's funny.
So how about that?
I can't say I've quite seen that sales technique in my office, but it could work. It could work.
This portion. Abel, I was ordering in a little bit.
I don't know if Mr. Callahan will be happy about it, but it would work.
This portion of KMA
How
Talk
do you
Radio.
think I got him?
Right? Hi.
First on KMA Talk Radio.
Hi, my name is Heather. Tickle.
This portion of KMA Talk Radio brought to you in part by Elmo.
That was funny.
And the number 2.
So back.
Yes. Anything we can tease.
Look forward to at the IBCR.
Other than a full tickle.
You know, the sad part is if anybody in the industry is listening to this show right now, they're going to walk up to her booth. I'm here for my tickle. Because they'll be giving away tickles at the IBCR. Booth number 501. Make sure you see Heather Callahan.
Every 150 bucks order, get an extra tickle.
Yeah. That's
I like that. I
There
like
you
that.
go.
We're
There's
actually,
your-
now I
there's
have to
your
get
promotion.
shirts. Tickle.
Right? There's your promotion.
Yes, we actually will be releasing three new blends at the show.
Ooh.
Along the Eagle
3
line.
new blends. Wow, that's a lot.
Yes,
That's
I've been
ambitious.
working on it.
That's
Yeah.
ambitious.
I've actually tasted them too, and
Yeah.
they're pretty tickly.
That's funny.
they tickled my tummy.
That's funny.
Oh, Felix Assouline Cigars. It'll tickle your taste buds and maybe other things.
Right?
There are worse things to be tickled, right?
This show has steered off the road so bad.
And we're not even drinking today.
No.
Yet.
We're on the shoulder right now.
Oh,
We're driving on the shoulder.
All right, Heather, thank you for being here. Best of luck and next week and everything else. And,
You don't gotta run. Stick around. We
Yeah,
got
no,
fun
I was
stuff
going
to
to say
talk
you're
about,
off the
yeah.
hot seat.
Oh, good, because I'm starting to sweat. I need to have that wheat bagel.
Oh yeah.
God.
More when we come back. Keep it lit.
Win a date with Adam K. the Brewmeister.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
A lot of people going to get hurt.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory. KMA Talk Radio.
Do you love delicious beer? Do you love delicious cigars? Well, we have the perfect cigar for you. The Quesada Keg, a savory Nicaraguan cigar draped in a beautiful Pennsylvania broadleaf wrapper and packed in wooden barrels. The Quesada Keg was blended to pair with the traditional Irish stouts we all love to enjoy on St. Patrick's Day. Available in 3 tasty sizes. The Quesada Keg is available for a limited time only, so grab one today before they sell out. The Quesada Keg, the perfect cigar to pair with beer.
The party's always rocking at Spearmint Rhino Gentlemen's Club with drink and dinner specials like the 16-ounce New York strip and mashed potato dinner, $16.95, 5 till 10 daily. And Magnum Mondays with specials on bottles and $3 premiums till midnight. And Warrior Wednesdays, where all vets, current military, and first responders are in free with work ID. All of this greatness while jamming out to DJ Legato and
The 2 biggest determining factors dealer of Casa Bella Cigars.
Hey, fools, how about a game of cutthroat? It's your funeral. That's my kind of game. Arnold, I hope your pool playing is better than your choice of cigars. What do you mean? Wow, tough crowd. Here, try this Recluse cigar. You're gonna need all the help you can get. Don't be stingy. Let me get one of those. Recluse. Wow, that's a good smoke. Now I can bring my A game. I think you should stick with that Recluse cigar and work on your B game, because you don't have an A game. And I know a little something about games. Boom. Ooh, that's cold.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only nonprofit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Sereno Royale Cigars, created at the La Corona Cigar Factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Each artfully crafted blend comes to life under the watchful eye of master blender Omar Gonzalez Aleman and industry veteran Anthony Sereno. A combination of hand-selected tobaccos from the fertile soils of Esteli and Jalapa are aged for over 5 years and then draped with a luxurious wrapper leaf. A post-roll aging process of 2 additional years brings you an endlessly complex and balanced experience. Visit our website at serenocigars.com.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato Cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato Cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato Cigars.
When Dominican passion, artistry, and skill combine with 114 years of family legacy, you don't just have a cigar, you have the cigar. Whether you love the mild, flavorful La Aurora 1987 Connecticut, the spicy 1962 Corojo, or the always smooth, sweet La Aurora 1903 Cameroon, you aren't just enjoying a part of history, you're lighting your own legacy, flavor, value, family. Be a part of something. Look to the lion. Smoke La Aurora. We are Dominican defined.
Congratulations, champ, on winning your exhibition fight. What are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm going to smoke one of these amazing Leaf by Oscar cigars.
You mean Leaf by Oscar?
That's what I said, Leaf by Oscar.
It's called Leaf by Oscar, and yes, they are amazing cigars.
See, now you're making me mad. I just want to enjoy my Leaf by Oscar cigar, but you're making fun of me.
It's called Leaf by Oscar.
That's 2 knockouts. Now I get to smoke 2 Leaf by Oscar cigars.
That's Leaf by Oscar.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam Gay, the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Honest Abe. And our special guest host, the man, the myth, William Cooper himself, the traveling cigar blogger.
Greetings.
Who puts in more miles than some sales reps, even, I might say.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. You probably have like a crazy credit card, like rewards points deal going on.
Yeah, I do. I was able to do some nice upgrades because I rent the cars when I come down here, and I usually don't fly, as you guys know. So I have an aversion to flying, except I only will fly if it's out of the country.
That's because you travel with Zev.
That's exactly. It's because I travel with Zev. Yeah, it's the curse of Zev.
That's what has to happen. Yes. Apparently, I don't know. Inside jokes, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Zev is former.
Zev
is a former national sales manager at Drew Estate. Now he's at Royal Agio, and there's this thing called the curse of Zev because every time he flies, something happens to that flight.
Oh, really?
That's fantastic.
Yeah. It's well known throughout the cigar industry.
Like what? Like
Welcome
a
to
flat
the cigar
tire?
industry,
Or?
Adam.
Delays. Delays. Flights being rerouted. Cancellations.
Well, as long as the
broken
wing stays
toilets
on.
that delay a flight for 2 hours. Those types of things.
They delay a flight for 2 hours because of a broken toilet?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Sure.
Why? You could fly without a toilet.
FAA. You got the FAA involved now.
Yeah, I think,
there's another agency.
Yeah, I think they'd probably frown on that one.
Well, if it's like a short flight, like I can fly to New York. I pride myself that I fly to New York every time without going to the bathroom on those planes.
They will delay a flight, I believe, if the food's not there for certain flights.
That's ridiculous.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I would believe it. Okay.
Yeah.
And this airport update has been brought to you by William Cooper, all about keeping things interesting and upbeat. Now, let's see this week what's in the scoop.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
It's interesting, you mentioned Zev, but the news that he got on as the Royal Agio National Sales Manager, that also came out this week.
That was also it was a very busy week for cigar news compared to previous weeks. Probably one of the busiest weeks we've had. It wasn't just no releases, a lot of movement, a lot of just things happening in the industry this week.
There's been a lot of people posting releases, things that are coming out. Obviously, we had the big Candela thing from like a month ago, and then a lot of guys are talking about their new things they've been pushing. The last week was a big push on different cigars, but there's been a lot of interesting stuff going on, even from the IPCPR with a couple of big announcements this week.
Very.
And, of course, we're not even talking about how the TAA starts on Sunday.
Yeah, I could see all the airport posts already. Everyone's got a post that they're on a flight to the Dominican Republic for some reason. That's just something that the cigar industry likes to do.
Yep.
They like to mention they're on that plane ride.
Or just I'm going somewhere to get to going.
Yeah.
All right, but what's happening this week in the news, Coop?
Well, the big news, and we really started talking a little about this last week, but a lot more has come out, is what's going on down in Nicaragua. And it's of concern to us because the cigar industry, there's a lot that comes out of Nicaragua right now. So while these protests and violence weren't getting a lot of airplay on mainstream media, it's something that's been very close to home. And in particular, if folks don't know, is the protest started when basically Nicaragua, the folks who run the pension fund decided to raise the contributions and what the benefits were. That led to a series of protests in Managua that spread throughout the country. The protests initially started out peaceful, but then the government basically they have some government groups, the Sandinista Youth, that they kind of incite. They got involved, as well as some of the law enforcement and military, to kind of start to quell this. That led to violence. The violence actually spread to Esteli, where 2 students died in Esteli.
Yes.
So once that started hitting Esteli, now you started seeing the cigar industry for the first time, in the crosshairs a little bit with this. And we were talking before the break. This is, for a lot of folks who've gone down to Nicaragua in the last 10 to 15 years, this is new to them. They weren't, the Padrones and the Olivas were there for the revolution, and I get that. But, there's folks down there. I was talking to Hector from Lazona. He wasn't down there before this. So this is all new, and they're obviously very concerned about their investments and being able to get product out of the country, making sure their workers can get in to produce the product. So it's something that, while things have calmed down, the cigar industry is very concerned about this right now.
And rightfully so. Once you start protesting and you start getting people that are actually losing their lives in protesting, and protesting goes from just silent protest to we're just marching, things like these kids are doing for all this gun violence or stuff like that, to it's physical violence and people are losing their lives, that's when the tides turn and people lose their heads. And they lose their cool, and things escalate way too quickly.
Right, but here's the thing. Now, the government rescinded those pension things, but it didn't stop the protests. But at least the violence has stopped. Now, because what happened is the government's response is people are still seeing how the government responded. They're seeing that they took 5 TV stations down. There was a reporter shot. And they're questioning, well, why was this pension fund needing money to protest? Because it was depleted. And a lot of people will say, hey, yeah, Social Security is depleted in this country, but we have appropriations and checks and balances. Here, they're saying, what's the government doing here? There's no idea, because it's all corruption there. So it's a very different world that they live in down there right now.
I don't think people realize that, too.
No.
Who are here listening to the
news. I saw people said they were comparing our Social Security. This is completely different, guys. This is a very corrupt government, and now they're seeing a guy who is now starting to take on more dictatorial type power now. So we really have to watch this situation, and we've kind of looked the other way for a long time because things have been so good there.
That's true, and it's just one of those things. Make sure we'll keep you up to date as things progress, and hopefully things quell in Nicaragua. So big news out of the IPCPR convention this week, Coop?
Very. So, there's nothing. The IPCPR convention, boy, people just. It's like a lightning rod in this industry. But there was some big announcements about the convention and IPCPR itself. Let's start with the convention. They announced the convention is going to be staying in Vegas through 2020. But the big news is the convention is moving back to the Sands Expo in Venetian. It was moved to the Las Vegas Convention Center 2 years ago, actually last year, and it's there this year. But in 2019, it returns to the Sands Expo in Venetian, which is the place.
Really?
Yes.
Did anybody really find out what the scoop was, why that got canceled? I never heard the real story.
There's not been an official thing other than someone, it's sounding from the comment that someone bumped the IPCPR, and it was in the contract that they can get bumped.
Did we ever find out who was there that weekend? That would be interesting to know.
Yeah, I have not.
That would be,
I would be curious to know who decided to do that.
But it's interesting because the trade show is going to be moving up earlier now.
Right, I saw that.
So it's
when is it this year?
So this year it's June, like mid-July.
July 13th through 17th or something.
Almost.
So that's usual normal.
But the year after now, for 2019, June 29th to July 2nd, and for 2020, we're looking at June 27th to June 30th.
Oh wow!
Now you're going to start to see in the Northeast. The Northeast, the schools get out much later. New York, This is right up against graduations. You're going to start seeing, I think, people not happy about those dates.
Yeah, I mean, always July in Las Vegas is not fun.
Nothing like July in Las Vegas.
No, I mean, June's not going to be much better, to be honest with you.
No, it's not, and it's just, all right, I guess it's one of those, they might have had to make some concessions to go back, and it sounds like that's part of the concessions that were made is, okay, we'll go to a different timeline than our usual lineup of when we try to get dates in there.
Yeah. Now, I'll give the IPCPR credit. They got this off the table before going into this year's trade show. There's going to be no question where it's going to be next year. People who are getting booths now are going to be able to know where to order their booths. So this was, I think it was an important move for IPCPR to kind of get this off the docket before they go into this year's trade show.
Well, it's interesting that it also comes out at the same time that a new executive director has been named.
Yes. So executive director is the title that the IPCPR CEO used to have. Mm-hmm. So last September, Mark Purcell was basically, there was a mutual agreement that he would not be returning as IPCPR CEO. And then they started a search. And the executive director title was actually someone by the name of Joe Rowe used to have that years ago. And then when they brought Bill Spahn in, they changed it to CEO. They're going back to this executive director title. They brought a guy in by the name of Scott Pierce, who has 18 years experience in the association and nonprofit area. Supposedly his strength is increasing membership, increasing engagement among members while growing revenue. So they didn't go for someone who is politically experienced here. Mm-hmm. They didn't go for someone necessarily who knows how to do trade show. They went for someone who's focused on building membership here. What's real interesting about this is they promoted someone within IPCPR, Dawn Conger, to VP of Operations, who's basically Dawn's going to be running probably alongside Scott. So they moved her into a more senior role, which I think is going to help this time. I think they have one of their own within there, and I think that, and she's done a good job, I think, with them.
I've had a couple different interactions with Dawn over the years, and she's always been spot on, and she's always got her game on, and it's
a well-deserved promotion.
Always well helped.
Absolutely,
yes.
It was a well-deserved.
She has worked very hard for the IPCPR for many years, and hopefully she continues to do a great job.
Right. So they got the leadership in place now. Last time with Purcell, they announced him a couple days before the trade show. Mm-hmm. At least now the new person's got a couple months lead time.
Yeah, and Purcell was brought in. I mean, it's interesting that they're going on membership and someone who can build the membership and the funds, because that's kind of something that everybody's been talking about the last couple of years of trade show attendance is down, booth numbers are down. It's a big thing.
I mean, a lot of people were screaming they wanted somewhat legislative experience. I totally get it. They have some very strong legislative people in IPCPR with Daniel Troop and Rachel Hyde. Mm-hmm. This was a big problem they needed to address. There's no question about it.
Absolutely, and it's definitely something. We'll see how things go, and good luck to Scott Pierce as he tries to leave the Major Cigar Industry Association. We have to take a break. When we come back, more with Coop and all this great times here on KMA Talk Radio. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Bold and complex. That is the new Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta. Using the very best San Andres wrapper leaf available in the market, Rafael Nadal and AJ Fernandez collaborated together to create a new standard among San Andres cigars. Medium to full-bodied, this cigar is bountiful in both flavor and aroma. Available nationally for the first time, Romeo San Andres is a cigar you do not want to miss. Make sure to get one today at your local tobacconist. Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta.
Make your next bold journey an epic one. When it comes to cigars, only one brand delivers intense, unforgettable experiences: Camacho. In continuing this fearless tradition, Camacho brings you the newest addition to its arsenal of badass, the new Camacho BXP. Intense, box-pressed, and crafted with rugged American broadleaf fillers from Pennsylvania. Available in Connecticut, Corojo, and Ecuador. Outfit your next bold journey with the new Camacho BXP.
Sereno Royale Cigars, created at the La Corona Cigar Factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Each artfully crafted blend comes to life under the watchful eye of master blender Omar Gonzalez Aleman and industry veteran Anthony Sereno. A combination of hand-selected tobaccos from the fertile soils of Esteli and Jalapa are aged for over 5 years and then draped with a luxurious wrapper leaf. A post-roll aging process of 2 additional years brings you an endlessly complex and balanced experience. Visit our website at serenocigars.com.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
When a child is diagnosed with cancer, their life and their family's life changes dramatically. Chemotherapy treatments, doctor visits, and trips to the hospital soon consume their time. The programs and services provided by the Kids Cancer Foundation make it possible for the foundation to meet the needs of our young patients and families. We could not provide these resources without your support. For more information to find out how you can make a difference in the life of a child battling cancer, call 561-333-8116 or visit kidscancersf.org.
Sponsored by CLE Cigars.
Lights, camera, action. Real Clips Barbershop brings you all that is good about old school barbershops in a new cinematic themed environment. Whether you need a traditional cut, fade, blowout, or even a straight razor hot towel shave, our master barbers will get you right. All while enjoying iconic scenes from some of your favorite movies, right from our video screens built into the mirrors. Visit realclipsbarbershop.com. That's real, R-E-E-L, clipsbarbershop.com for a location near you or to make an appointment. After one visit, we know you'll be back.
Monte Cristo has set the standard once again, turning back the hands of time by utilizing a long-forgotten, unique aging process that harmonizes the flavors of the wrapper binder and filler with the use of small pilones. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured is an exquisite cigar you must try now. Available nationally for the first time, Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured features a 2006 Nicaraguan Rosado Oscuro wrapper that is both beautiful and distinctive. This cigar is a masterpiece no one should miss. Make sure you get one today at your local tobacconist. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured.
Since their humble beginnings in 1998, Drew Estate has believed that the production floor is the crossroads between art and passion, and where the real magic takes place. Drew Estate Master Blender Willie Herrera has crafted a unique medium-bodied line extension that is creamy, lush, and ultra-smooth, and finished off with a flawless shade wrapper that delivers satisfaction in spades. Continuing the story from their factory floor, it is with great bravado that the Drew Estate presents Under Crown Shade, a true Drew experience.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Is this like Celine Dion and My Heart Will Go On?
Oh, yeah.
Now the bass dropped, okay. Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, where royalty-free music can be anything you've dreamed it can be if you get lucky enough.
It sounds like it belongs in Avatar or something.
Yeah. Having never seen Avatar and having never will going to see Avatar.
Wait a second.
Yeah. I'm Adam K, the Brewmeister, with me, of course, Honest Abe, and that's Paul. With us, of course, William Cooper himself, and Heather Callahan from Felix Assouline Cigars. Yes. I got it right.
Why have you never seen Avatar?
Because it looks stupid.
Dude,
it has such a wonderful message.
Oh my God, it's such a great movie.
Let's tie our tails together and
Can't we
can
all
fornicate.
just get along?
I have not seen it either.
Cool.
Avatar?
Yeah.
I have not.
My wife's favorite movie of all time.
But do you like it, Abe?
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
I thought it was good.
It was good.
Now you can take her to the land of Pandora in Disney World and Animal Kingdom. It's awesome. You can ride the animals in a... Here we go.
That makes the movie, that makes the movie so much
There
better.
you are with that Disney thing
that
again.
makes the movie so much better.
Yes, I wanted to
Isn't
drive
Abe waiting online in Disney. I can
Isn't
see that.
Isn't Avatar 2 coming out?
2 and 3 are
Already?
slated.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yes, James Cameron's hard at work, and this has been your movie trivia informational update.
Well, it's
here.
funny because I was talking with a good friend of mine, actually Lady M, who has no clue. We were talking yesterday. She's coming over for burgers Sunday.
Oh.
She asked, is Adam going to be there? I said, no. She said, all right, great, I'll be there. So, long of the story short.
Twisting of the knife.
She has no clue about the Marvel Universe. She didn't even know what Infinity Wars was. Now, it's one thing not to be a fan.
Uh-huh.
There's a commercial for, the Avengers Infinity Wars, every 30 seconds.
I've seen the commercials, but I really
On,
know nothing
every
about
channel.
it either.
Yeah.
Okay, you knew what's going on right now.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
When
totally.
I said Infinity Wars, she had no idea what I was talking about.
And did she admit what's that? You think she'd learn by now to just go with it with you instead of saying, what's that?
Well, no, because she didn't realize how tremendous it is. Because I said, yeah, tomorrow we're taking the kids to see Infinity Wars. So she thinks we're going to see a Broadway show somewhere. A Broadway show. Oh, what's Infinity Wars? Really?
That sounds like a great show.
Really? It's like the ultimate climax of the Marvel Universe over from the last decade,
Oh, is this like the final movie?
Probably not, but it's the end of a major saga. I mean, everything from the first Iron Man has led up to this movie.
You're so excited.
I'm a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Marvel
Owned by
fan.
Disney, by the way.
Huh?
Yeah. Owned by Disney now.
I know that's going to start going downhill.
Everything.
When Stan Lee left, it wasn't the
Everything
same.
comes back to Disney for Paul.
Did he leave?
He went to DC Comics, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So, I heard an interview with Stan Lee that he still made like a salary from Marvel. Like he wasn't like an owner of anything. He was like a staff writer and creative guy, but he made a great living. Let's say he made $200,000, $300,000 a year, but that's all he made. He didn't get like royalties and things like that.
Yeah, I mean that's like because I was surprised when he left Marvel. He was so synonymous with that comic brand,
right?
And that makes sense. And then he went to DC, which shocked a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean he's got in his 90s.
He's
now,
in it,
right?
yeah.
He's still going though.
Oh yeah.
Vivacious.
Glenn Loop chiming in with Vivacious.
Thanks, Glenn. We greatly appreciate that. So, Coop, what have you reviewed recently that really shocked you or stuck out? Or did you review the $500 Davidoff yet?
I did. That came out on Monday.
Ooh, and what was the review of that?
It was the highest score that I've given a cigar probably in about 2 or 3 years.
Really?
It was a 96, which I don't give them out that often. Listen, it's a great cigar, okay? It's going to be the best Davidoff you have. It's going to be one of the best cigars you have. After I smoked it, I wanted another. Then I realized it's $500, right? It's
Why not just light your wallet on fire?
If you're one who's going to buy a bottle of Dom Perignon, right, then maybe you want to buy this cigar and smoke it. Because I think compared to some of those other cigars that have been in that price range, it's really, really good. But, again, there's no cigar I feel that's worth $500.
Right.
$500 is for something that lasts an hour.
Were there any particular notes that were non-traditional Davidoff in it? Because usually you get a lot of Davidoff White Label, you get a lot of the same kind of basic notes because Henke does a lot of the same tweaking and a lot of this classic Dominican profile. Was that there or was it different?
I think it was there. I think there was a richness to that tobacco that really amplified the flavor with that. So are you going to get a radically unique? No, but it was the richness of that tobacco is really what made that. There was not one bit of harshness or aftertaste on that cigar at all.
Wow.
So, I mean, when you dry draw that cigar, you'll know that they're not playing games with the aged tobacco in there. It's legit.
Wow.
But
he wasn't even in the room.
It's getting water, and he played my clip.
Nobody else finds that funny but me and Colin.
You crack up every time.
Yeah, it just gets me because I can just see it, and it's so on point, but it does go. But sorry, Coop, keep going.
No, but the packaging on that thing is very interesting. They either come in, if someone's going to buy a 10-count box of those, I don't know how practical it is. They sell them in individual boxes, and the coffin kind of slides into the individual box. So when you lift this coffin up, it's very weighty, right? Mm-hmm. But again, it's the packaging in there that's going, and it's really, when you pull it out, it's a single cigar in there. But like I said, I would say it's a luxury treat is what I would say. It was something, a lot of people read the review, so it was worth it for me to do it from that standpoint.
Right, and so obviously you'd smoke it again, but you don't want to set your wallet on fire and or lose half a mortgage payment.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I read the review too, and I was actually surprised because I didn't think it would be. Like you basically said, it's worth it. It's just still $500.
That's the thing. It was, like I said, it's the best. It was the best cigar I've had this year. It's not going to be eligible for Cigar of the Year. It's too limited. Mm-hmm. It's actually a few years old, but I don't usually go above 94, 95 at a cigar. It was worthy of a 96, but that's not factoring a price point in there.
Right.
You factor price point in, it's very different.
So what was the last cigar you gave a 96 to? Do you even remember?
I gave it to the Padron 50th anniversary, which was not and actually
the regular production or the limited humidor version?
The limited humidor.
Oh yeah.
And then, but the Casada of 40th Corona Classica got a 96 too.
Oh.
So that was a very high scoring.
Oh, that was a great Corona too.
Yeah. Oh. That Connecticut shade, the special one-off they did.
Manola did that one himself.
That was
a great one.
The best cigar he's done. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I loved that. I smoked a lot of those back in the day.
Yeah.
We have to take a short break. It is time to go out at the bottom of the hour. When we come back, we'll get on a soapbox, possibly on a tangent of kinds, and see where that leads us. In this KMA Talk Radio Till next, keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato Cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato Cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato Cigars.
Nestor Miranda has always believed it's not just cigars, it's a lifestyle. And the Nestor Miranda collection is handmade at My Father Cigars in Esteli, Nicaragua for your lifestyle. It doesn't matter if you're smooth like the Connecticut, mellow as a Habano, bold like the Maduro, or spicy like the all-new Corojo. The Nestor Miranda collection is blended with your lifestyle in mind. 4 sizes, 4 blends, 1 life. Celebrate your lifestyle with the cigars of the Nestor Miranda collection today.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only nonprofit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit sindicato.com.
Monitor 3 humidors at once from one simple device. Caring for your cigars is easy with the new PuroTemp wireless hygrometer from Zycar. You now have the ability to monitor the humidity and temperature in 3 humidors without even having to open them. Ensure protection by setting simple alerts that will warn you when your cigars are not in the optimal environment. Like everything Zycar, this is backed by their lifetime warranty. Stop by your local tobacconist to purchase yours today. Zycar, for life.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, now a smooth jazz station. All up in that jazz. This is episode 295. Getting up there.
Wow. 5 more.
5 more till 300, and where we'll be in Alpharetta, Georgia on June 9th. If you're anywhere in the area, you're going to make sure you want to tune up. It's going to be a great time on June 9th.
Hey, Coop just told me he's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be there.
They're coming from all over the world.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I mean,
they're coming like internationally.
Cutter's is a spectacular store.
Good.
This is really, folks need to get to Atlanta and see the show live.
Well, they will. We're going to be drawing them like the droves.
Yeah.
300 episodes.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how many people are saying that they're actually going to be there.
It's a big milestone.
And we're going to have some very special.
shows.
We're going to have some very special guests from the past come in and join us. So
I had a custom 300 cake being made.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My husband will be out of town. I'm in.
Oh,
Mr. Payne is gone? Oh,
Yes.
Callahan. It's funny. Every time I start with the I want to say Callaway for some reason. It's like it naturally wants to finish. I force myself to say Callahan.
Well, just think of Tommy Boy. Callahan Auto Parts. Tommy Callahan. Big Tom Callahan here.
Always the movie reference. Everything.
What? Yeah, that
You know
was a
what?
good one,
We
though.
should play this game. This would be a good segment. We make a statement. He tries to find the movie reference.
Well, we've
That way.
talked about doing that game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, remember? And
No.
you were like, I think it's
No, you
not.
wanted to do movie trivia. It's not the same game.
No, I didn't want to do movie trivia. I
Yeah.
wanted to do a line from a movie and then give you multiple choice what the movie was.
Oh, that's not movie trivia.
Well,
Are you
you said
retarded?
you were saying the
But
same
then
thing
again,
without
this-
giving him
No,
options.
but this is a guy who wants instructions on how to change a diaper. What I'm saying is something completely different.
No, it's not. You're going to say we're going to give him a movie line. And he's got to tell
King
us the
of
movie.
Disney
Right, it's not
references
true.
over
That's
there.
what I'm
He
talking
can come up
about.
with any
That's
movie
what I
that
wanted to
fits
do.
No, retard. Okay.
Or if you try to, well,
The best we can afford. Don't you have that soundbite somewhere? Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Paul the producer, the best we could afford.
Wow.
money can buy, not buy happiness. Make sure you check out the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page. Post your best caption on this week's Zycar Caption Contest, where the young lady is, well, having a poor interaction with a giraffe.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
That's what she was doing.
You know what? How many?
Wait, was that a
I love
soundbite?
that. Yeah.
Oh my god!
You were sitting next to her and you didn't know she didn't say it.
No, I thought it was her. That was.
That's a good
I
soundbite.
actually thought it was too.
Yeah.
I looked down and I wasn't even thinking.
Oh, you are in the library of sound.
Nice.
Now. You've made it.
Collins added it to the sound bites now.
Right? That is funny.
I got to tell you, that's probably going to be a lot on this caption on the KMA Facebook page.
Do we have enough time for Abe to talk about
we
his
don't have
thing?
a hard break this time.
Your attention, please. Looks like Abe has climbed up on his soapbox again. Please return to your seats and keep your seatbelts fastened. We should be through this in just a moment.
Was that Duffy audio?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's from back in the day.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Thank you, Duffy. So,
here's my thing, because we're, obviously there's been a lot of news about what's going on with Bill Cosby now. Felicia Rashad has come out and said she's never saw anything bad defending him. Lisa Bonet has come out and said, he never did nothing to me, but what was it? Bad energy.
Yeah.
I experienced bad energy.
Dark shadows.
Yeah, she could ruin over a man's legacy because she had bad energy.
She had a bad vibe.
Nothing ever happened, but I got a bad vibe from the guy. And like I saw some of our listeners before, my phone won't do the Facebook Live interaction, but Michael Pincini, I lost one of the audio sides too. Michael Pincini in Australia is like, oh, he's guilty. I mean, look, here's my problem with this whole thing. I mean, look, I believe that every man in Hollywood or any kind of power position has used his influence or powers to try to engage in a lady. Okay? We as young men, as children, that's all we think about growing up. I mean, I will say 99% of my high school formative years was spent, strategizing how I was going to get with a lady. So, I don't know what, I'm pretty sure he's guilty of that. Everything that's going on with 60 women, and not one of them had the backbone to come out earlier. It's all decades later. Meanwhile, the two people he's worked with for years on the radio show never saw nothing, never had a problem. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm having a problem these days with all these movements. I got a problem with the Me Too movement. I got a problem with the gun movement. I got a problem with definitely feminism. I got a problem with Black Lives Matter. Because in the end, the way I'm seeing things lately is, when I say I got a problem with the movements, because I'm sure we got listeners out there freaking out. When I got a problem with the movement, I'm not saying that I don't acknowledge that there's some real issue there. Okay, there were feminism issues that majorly exist, and some still today. And I'm sure there's some issues I know there's real hardcore issues with Black Lives Matter. Sure. But these movements go from the issue to becoming more of the problem. And this is the thing. The message gets diluted. They don't start attacking what the real cause or defending the issue is. And then it becomes like a mob-like mentality. And this is why I have a problem with all the movements. You know, I mean, look, let's face it. People out there today, since the beginning of time, have known how to manipulate masses. You know, from Mussolini to Hitler to whatever, right? It's always happened. But they did it back then without social media. You know, what's his name? The Waco guy,
David Koresh.
Yeah, you want to crush some people, man? You had to do it face to face. He wasn't out there social mediating his thing. He got hundreds of people go out in the middle of nowhere and drink a bunch of Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Koresh. That was the other guy.
Yeah, that was
another guy like him.
Yeah.
You know, so
same thing.
You know, and these guys did it the hard way, but today it's easy, man.
Colin said Jamestown.
Yeah, well, that's where he had him. I forgot the name of the guy.
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. Thank you. So, you know, these guys had to do it the old-fashioned way. Now, guys sitting in a basement with a laptop can manipulate all these people in these movements.
Not just any basement, their mom's basement.
Yes.
Regardless. I mean, but actually, I think it's bigger than that now. I think now it's big-time executives sitting. I mean, like organizations that are manipulating these movements, and I got a problem with it. I got a problem with it. I mean, I'm not saying whether I haven't read enough, got into enough, whether Bill Cosby's guilty or not guilty. I mean, I'm sure he's guilty of some things. Whether he's guilty of actually breaking the law or not, I don't know. You know, but it just seems so odd. Everything just seems so odd in all these decades. Now, look, as a predator, sometimes you know you find that one person you know who's weak, who won't say anything, and you take advantage of the situation. But 60 women, not one had a backbone. It's just so weird. There's too many weird things there, and it's the problem because these movements start gaining momentum. And then if I'm a nobody out there, and I'm not saying this against women because me and my wife argue about this all the time, but if I'm a nobody out there, right, or my career's dwindled and I go quiet, right, and yeah, maybe I kind of did some things to advance my career, which I kind of had no problem when I was 20-something, right, and now in my 50s, nobody knows my name. Oh, yeah, I could talk about this now. Like, I've been, you know, I don't know, but I just think it's a little bit out of control. I think all these movements, they're all out of control. They don't address that they're trying to broadcast. And in many ways, I think they make it worse. And that's just my statement. That's my soapbox for today.
And that's why they call it a bandwagon.
It's becoming a big bandwagon. And it is a mob-like mentality, you know.
So does that make me wrong if I objectify men?
I don't think
Did I say that out loud?
I don't think too many men would have a problem with that, you know.
Me too. Me too.
You know. You know, I don't think anything.
What are you wearing?
You know, but you know, I'm just tired of it. You know, and everybody thinks I'm so insensitive when I say something anti against the Me Too movement or whatever. I don't like these movements. I believe they're modern day lynch mobs, and I think that the real message of what needs to be done gets diluted, or even worse, gets distorted of what they're trying to accomplish.
Hey, when we had the riots in Charlotte a couple of years ago, these weren't people in Charlotte that were doing this. This was an organized movement where people were bust in to do this. This was not.
And people don't know that.
Yeah, and
you know they don't know it.
Right.
They're great at portraying the message they want. And so I mean, look, anybody out there who tries to argue an anti-gun law is just deluded. Okay, there's no data that shows that anything you could ban every handgun, make it legal tomorrow. There's no data that says you're going to solve any problems.
No,
there's none. In fact, there's data that shows the other. Okay, then they got these kids marching around. Now, I believe there's a problem with the way guns are being able to be obtained.
No question.
I 100% believe that. I believe I got no problem. You want to wait a guy 30 days. I believe if you want to hand somebody a lethal weapon, he should be psychologically evaluated. Make the guy pay $500. You want a gun? $500. Go to a shrink for an hour. Make sure that you're of sane, sound in mind. I got no problem with any of that. But I'm intelligent enough to know that banning all handguns and saying all handguns are bad, and that's what the real problem is so not the answer. It's so not the answer. But all these little kids and all these people out there who are on Facebook, I'm so tired of it. My 99% of my hobby now is snoozing people on Facebook. Snooze. I wish it was like a permanent snooze. I guess it's unfriending them. If you unfriend somebody, do they know? Is there like an alert? Does anybody know Facebook?
I don't know.
No, there's no alert.
Because I'm always afraid of unfriending a friend on Facebook because I'm
no, but they can find. I mean, they can look and find out. There's a way to unfollow them instead of unfriending them.
Oh,
so you unfollow them so they don't show up in your feed. That's the way to do. That's the way to do it the nice way.
Thank you.
So if you unfollow somebody, they won't show up in your feed.
There's so many people I want to unfollow,
yeah.
and I don't want to offend them because I see them on a regular basis.
They won't know that you unfollow them. They can find out if you unfriend them. But it doesn't send an alert.
Big difference
And
for me.
now
Big
you
help.
know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. We appreciate your
of
due diligence.
Reading about this, it ruins
Senator,
my
we sell
day.
ads.
You know, none of them are really spitting out any relevance. And then you got, and look, don't get me wrong. There's guys on both sides who are just spitting out irrelevant
but
data.
everyone knows when they're going to put that political comment out there that what they're doing. You're not going to convince someone on the other side of it. All you're going to do is you're going to alienate
somewhere along the way.
It's not even a rational argument.
No,
right, exactly.
No, somewhere along the way, people just got convinced that the world wants to hear how I feel.
It's a new phenomenon in my generation, to be honest, where we all want to be heard and we all think that our opinion matters, and it's not about everyone. It's about what I'm feeling right now.
And who cares?
I understand.
I really care less. And you know what's disgusts me the most is this has become the #1 pose in the universe. or
I think it's
or no
better.
It's higher.
The one in the camera in the mirror.
Take a selfie.
You know, there's no picture of anybody that doesn't involve a phone in their hand in some position.
I mean,
taking a picture of themselves. In the
you
mirror.
have some selfies on your Facebook page.
I have very little selfies,
but you have a couple.
Yeah, I understand, but it's become the most prolific thing. Go to my Facebook page. I guarantee you're going to struggle to find selfies. You know, it happens. No, but listen, taking a selfie in a moment. You and I are somewhere. There's something cool in the background. I take a selfie. I'm talking about people who stand in the bathroom and in a mirror and say, "Oh, do I look good?" And they take a picture like this. What is that?
I don't know. I used to do it when I was in high school too. When MySpace was big.
Proves my point.
You're trying to
What's
impress
wrong?
the chicks, man.
Really?
I was in good shape in high
I
school.
wouldn't want to be with any girl who'd be impressed with that.
You're not going to be with them, I will.
And, yeah, okay.
It's a different mindset. It really is. I agree with you.
It's wrong with what's wrong with the world today.
We are circling the drain, and we are going down very quickly.
Seriously.
That is not an understatement.
Now, who can argue with that?
I made a post on Facebook, I can't remember, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I'm a new Facebook person. I'm only 4 or 5 years old on Facebook, maybe not even 4. Okay, so I'm a latecomer. And the reason why I got on Facebook, my company's had one for years, but that's not me. I did a personal one because a majority of my family is overseas, and whoever's not overseas are mostly in Chicago. I really have little or no
everyone's
family
far away.
on
It's
my
a good
side
way to
here.
stay in touch.
So once I started having children, I send out emails with current. I'm like, this is retarded. And then I figured, Facebook's a nice way to everybody can see it, right? But what I've really kind of done with Facebook now, and this is what people don't realize, is it's a life biography of mine. You know, one day if my grandkids want to know about their grandfather and their parents, they can go to my Facebook profile and read my timeline from the day I started, see their parents growing up, whatever. I don't think these people realize that this Facebook's going to be around forever. You know,
hopefully.
And your descendants and your ancestors are going to look, man, my grandpa was bitter like for 20 years. All he did was whine and bitch on Facebook. They don't get it. And they don't realize. I look at Facebook as a time vault of my life so that my grandkids and my kids and for generations comes, if they want to know who I was, their grandfather, their grandfather, they'll see everything. You know, and people just don't get that, and they're so stupid out there, and they don't realize it's just putting it out there in the universe, and good for them, because you know what? They probably deserve it, you know?
It's embarrassing, though, seeing, like, when they come up with, like, this day in history on Facebook, there's, like, an app you can put on there.
Right.
And it'll post stuff from when I was, like, 19, whenever it started. You know,
Right.
like, I was on the first year it started in colleges. And it's, like, embarrassing, the stuff that I used to write. Like, I shouldn't be saying this on air.
Somebody,
we're going to go back and look.
You're right, yeah, well.
But there's some really embarrassing
But
posts.
at 19, it's acceptable, but I'm talking about adults. Grown people, man. People of my caliber, my age level, that I'm reading, I can't.
There's some angry stuff, yeah.
My thoughts of them on a personal level outside of Facebook has changed because of their Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's sad. That's my soapbox.
There you go. And once again, the internet, giving voices to stupid people since Al Gore invented it in 1995.
Amen.
Absolutely. When we come back, we'll find out this week who belongs in a cigar insane asylum. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
This is Eric Espinoza, and over the years, many cigar aficionados have enjoyed my highly rated brands, 601, Murcielago. In the spirit of continuing improvement, I have purchased my own factory. La Zona, enriched and fertile tobacco region of Esteli, Nicaragua. After almost 2 decades in the cigar industry, I have created a brand I finally feel is worthy of my name. Espinosa cigars are made with only the finest tobaccos, hand-selected and aged to perfection. Our cigars are bold in flavor, yet refined to the palate. For more information, visit EspinosaCigars.com.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit Sindicato.com.
Hey, fools, how about a game of Cutthroat? It's your funeral. That's my kind of game. Arnold, I hope your pool playing is better than your choice of cigars. What do you mean? Wow, tough crowd. Here, try this Recluse cigar. You're gonna need all the help you can get. Don't be stingy. Let me get one of those. Recluse. Wow, that's a good smoke. Now I can bring my A game. I think you should stick with that Recluse cigar and work on your B game, because you don't have an A game. And I know a little something about games. Boom. Ooh, that's cold.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia, Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB Cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit SindicatoCigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
Sereno Royale Cigars, created at the La Corona Cigar Factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Each artfully crafted blend comes to life under the watchful eye of master blender Omar Gonzalez Aleman and industry veteran Anthony Sereno. A combination of hand-selected tobaccos from the fertile soils of Esteli and Jalapa are aged for over 5 years and then draped with a luxurious wrapper leaf. A post-roll aging process of 2 additional years brings you an endlessly complex and balanced experience. Visit our website at serenocigars.com.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way: taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. Insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
800-866-LAWS. This is Christian Eiroa, and if you want your own cigar brand, Fábricas Unidas has a deal for you.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio. I'm Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, the man, the myth, Honest Abe.
Hello, hello, hello.
And sitting in our special guest this week, Mr. William Cooper himself, Cigar-Coop. Coop, thanks for being here.
Hey,
I don't know why Coop's a special guest and Heather's just Heather.
I know, I'm
Heather.
just
Heather was the
short
Nobody can see me either. I'm invisible.
Technically, Coop.
They don't want to see me.
He's a special guest host.
Adam doesn't want to say my name wrong.
Well, I also don't want to say your husband's name wrong either.
That's right.
Yes.
Mr. Payne?
Oh man.
That could be one of my new favorite sound bites.
If you missed any part of this
I want to put
episode,
that in a stuffed animal like thing, you know, when
I
you
actually
squeeze
have
it.
a story behind the tickle
Oh,
if you want
what?
to hear it.
Yeah,
no, I gotta hear that.
Right before on the way here, I was talking to my daughter, and she's like, if you can work in tickle, 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 I would appreciate it. And then Adam throws a softball. Do you have any ticklers? I'm like, heck yeah.
Why did she say that?
I said tease it.
Because when she was little, I used to tickle her cheeks and go, tickle, tickle,
Oh,
tickle.
that's so funny.
So that was like my shout out to yeah, shout out to the airmen.
Now it's got a whole new meaning in the cigar industry.
Tickle, tickle, tickle. That's right.
Oh, can I get that as a ringtone? Colin, yeah, send me an audio file. I'll turn that into a ringtone for text messages.
So there's a little history behind that. Family history.
There we go. But yes, Heather Callahan of Felix Assouline Cigars. Thank you for being here again. Yes, it's not major pain. This is definitely not what's going on. But once again,
I'm sorry. What's his first name?
John.
John, I'm sorry, pal. It's just all fun.
He's fine.
Yes.
If you missed any part of this episode, make sure you go back and check out the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page and the archives on KMATalkRadio.com. It was a very interesting show. If you missed any part of it, you're going to want to go back and get all the things you missed right here on KMA Talk Radio.
Tickle.
And now, let's see this week who belongs in a Cigar Insane Asylum.
Welcome to the Cigar Asylum,
Did you know I'm utterly insane? We all go a little mad sometimes.
where logic and reason cease to exist.
All right, brought to you by the fine folks of Assouline Asylum Cigars. This week's inductee had a lot to taco about. Yes. Juvenile Detention Center worker Gilberto Escamilla, 53, was responsible for ordering all the food for Darrell B. Hester Juvenile Detention Center for several years. However, he had more going on than just food deliveries in the jail. Apparently, he set up a lucrative side business. This is pretty good. Escamilla would order 800 pounds of fajitas at a time, but rather than serve them, he'd then sell them on his own outside for 100% profit. Yes, he was finally caught when he had to take the day off for a doctor's appointment. All right? The center's meat supplier called to confirm their order for the 880 pounds of fajitas, and the employee answered for them, we've never served that spicy snack here. True story. The supplier had been delivering similar orders for 9 years. The officers found stacks of fajita in Escamilla's fridge. Over the 9-year period, he reportedly stole $1.2 million worth of fajitas and was arrested. And how many years of prison do you think he got sentenced?
4.
For the taco burglary, for the fajita...
The fajita fiasco?
50 years. 50 years in prison. Congratulations, Mr. Fajita Boy. You are this week's inductee into the Cigar Insane Asylum. Once again, brought to you by the fine folks of CLE and Asylum Cigars.
You know, that story's almost like Port St. Lucie, who worked for the sheriff's department and was in charge of ordering tires for the fire department. And he was literally ordering extra tires,
selling them,
stealing them, and selling them back to other tire stores.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fajitas. They don't even stay that fresh. How can you sell 880 pounds of...
Put them in his freezer.
What is he doing? Wait, that's
Yeah, he's loading them in his freezer. Fajitas.
He probably had like the coolest taco truck or the fajita truck in the neighborhood. Everyone's like,
what are they? Like $1.50? You go to Taco get.
Hey, he was charging $1.
Yeah,
he was cents.
Exactly.
It's your profit.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, wow, he's such a marketing genius. How does he only charge $1?
He had a little cart. He's rolling around the neighborhood.
So let that be a lesson to all of you out there. If you're ever buying secondhand fajitas, make sure you ask them where they really got them from.
Yeah, now you think about it, when you get cheap stuff like that, where does it come from?
Or if you're committing fraud, never take a
9 years
vacation.
and no one figured it out.
Also, $1.2 million.
I think that's why
Worth
his
of
sentence was
fajitas.
so long,
Oh, of
because of
course.
the amount. Yeah.
Of course.
And what did he do with all that $1.2 million in fajita money? That's what I want to know.
He bought a lot of salsa.
Oh,
what?
Probably, yeah, people are wondering why the fajita guy has a mansion
Right?
on the water.
Wait, dude, don't you work at the correctional facility?
Right? We're blessed.
Wait,
And
what?
drive a fajita truck on the weekends? What's going on here?
Why do you have a Ferrari? Where did that come
Well,
from?
Listen, if you're smart, there's got to be now a huge opening for someone to supply fajitas in his area.
That's true.
It's a good time to start a fajita
Big
truck.
market share available.
All
Yeah,
right.
except for you're only getting 50%.
Next
profit.
week, Tony Bellato of La Barba Cigars will be our guest. Until then, and as always, we wish you the best and keep it lit.
Paul the producer, the best we could afford.
Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you.
Paul the producer. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Awarded the 2014 Nicaraguan Cigar of the Year with numerous 90-plus ratings, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Cigar celebrates Tabacalera Perdomo's 20 years as one of Nicaragua's largest premium cigar manufacturers. Using only the highest priming tobaccos grown exclusively by the Perdomo family, the 20th Anniversary Cigar has a tremendous profile with layer upon layer of rich, elegant, complex flavors. Visit your nearest authorized tobacconist today and experience the masterful blend of these Nicaraguan puros. Now